In this video, I'm going to show you the basic functions of your print driver, how to change them, the few things to look out for that most people would change, stuff you don't need to touch, and also how to do a staple for the machines that do have the finisher, stapler finisher on it. So if you go to print the job, choose the hybrid print driver, which you've got your basic Word settings here, so you can change settings in there if you want. But if you need to change more settings, let's say I think your drivers are set the default to black and white. If you want to print in color, you will go to this quality section here and you will change this black and white, untick that box. You'll notice that it goes color there. When I tick it, it goes black and white. So that's how you change from black and white to color. You won't need to worry about any of these settings at the end here. If you go to the first tab under layout, this is where you can change it from a portrait to a landscape job, which you can also do from within the actual package you're in. If you want to print on both sides, you'll select both sides here, whether you want long edge or short edge, depending on how the job is. Other things here you don't need to worry about is these booklet and poster. You'll never really use them. If you go to the paper and finishing tab, this tab here will show you where you can change your paper size. Say you wanted to do A3 or A4, you can select it there. You can select paper type. So let's say you're doing labels or heavy cardstock, you'll select cardstock or labels. This is very important when you're printing these two types because the toner will not stick unless you change this paper type. And then also you can select your paper source, so tray 1 to 5 or your multi-purpose feeder, which I would use for labels and cardstock as well. The final function I'm going to show you here is the stapling function. So on the paper finishing, if your printer has a stapler option on it, which I think the one in the sales department does, you can go to the paper finishing tab, choose staple, and then there's a whole raft of different options for the staple that you can choose there. One thing to make sure of when you're doing the staples is collate's on. I'll show you where collate is in a second, but for the time being, let's say we turn this staple function and we do a top left staple. It's in A4, we are printing on both sides using the long edge. So this is something that I do all the time. So what I'll do is I'll come in here and I'll push save. I'll save the shortcut as staple top left and then do save. So then from now on, instead of actually coming in and having to push the different options, I can say that's a color job as well. You just come straight to your default, your shortcuts here, choose your shortcut, and away you go. You don't need to do anything else. So it's as easy as that. With the stapling function, this collation thing is just the one that I want you to watch out for. If you choose uncollated, you're going to get all your pages 1 stapled together, all your pages 2 stapled together, and so on and so forth. Collated will actually do it as like job by job and staple them together. Hopefully that helps you guys.